Hey everyone. So this video is for amateur competitive disc golfers who are wondering when they should move up to the next division. I get asked this actually all the time. I'm going to leave out anything current or future regarding ratings, and eventually there's going to be an algorithm that's going to plug you into a division. It's not going to be subjective. But for now, you do get to choose, to some extent, what division you play in. So there's a couple schools of thought. The first is, if you stay in a division where you're the best player in your division and you win, you pay a little bit of money, you get a bunch of cool stuff, you get trophies. You're also a sandbagger. If you do that for too long, well, it's my video, you're kind of a douchebag, right? If you just basically stay with players that aren't as good as you to win, right? But there's another philosophy, which is if you move up and play with better players, you get better. And that is absolutely impossible to argue with. When you play with better competition, you will excel. However, you're foolish to move up too quickly. So here's my belief on this. First off, when you enter into a new division, there's going to be a period of time where you're donating money, right? When you move up a level, you're at the bottom of the next division, or bottom, middle, maybe. You're going to spend some time showing up, forking out the cash, getting little or nothing in return. I do believe that you have the right, when you become better in that division, to stick around a little while and start cashing in. I mean, you paid your dues, you paid your money. You don't have to move up a division just because you won one time. If you finish in the top 2 or 3 and you get a nice stack of prizes, it's not automatic that you have to move up. I mean, you're allowed, you paid your dues, right? You're allowed to get stuff. You've already paid the money for that stuff you're getting. So don't feel guilty about that. But another thing that players, they make a mistake when they move up too quickly, is that I do not believe you should move up until you've won a couple. And the reason why is winning tournaments isn't just about throwing the best shots and playing the course in the least number of strokes. There's more to it than that. Learning how to win a tournament is a learned skill. There's a lot to, well, first off, the obvious, dealing with the pressure, but pressure takes place in many different forms. It's going to lunch before the final round with a 3-stroke lead and sitting across from 2 people who are gunning for you the next round. It's settling yourself in that situation. It's going into the final round of a tournament 5 strokes off the lead, but knowing that you can win because you've done it before. Not being dejected, not giving up, still giving your full effort, knowing that 5 strokes is not unobtainable. You can make up 2 or 3 in one hole. Now you got a match. But that comes with experience. Until you've had that experience, you can objectively say, I know 5 strokes is within reach, but it's hard to believe it until you've actually done it. There's also the idea of showing up to a tournament feeling like you're going to win. Training like a winner because you feel like this is my tournament to lose. It's my type of course. I've looked at the competition. I've been putting real well lately. But showing up with that attitude, and I don't mean cocky in some annoying, irritating, no one wants to play with you way, but in that I'm going to be outwardly humble and nice, but inside my head, I'm the best player in my division. There's a skill to that, and there's a skill to dealing with that emotionally. If you move up before you get that opportunity to learn how to win, then you go to the next division not knowing how to win, the next division not knowing how to win. Next thing you know, you're playing in the pro division. You're a 990 player playing with a couple 10-20 players, and all of a sudden you're tied for the lead with 1 round to go. It's just going to freak you the hell out. There's a 90% chance you don't win that tournament. I can speak from one of my experiences was at the 1997 World Championships. I was in first place after 4 rounds. It was the first time I had been in that position at the World Championships, and it freaked me out. It didn't happen much in my life. I got used to doing well, at big tournaments, but at the time I was looking at the leaderboard, and this is a true story. This is so ridiculous in hindsight. I took a picture next to the scoreboard. I'm leading worlds after 4 rounds. I want a picture next to that. I mean, like, it's a guarantee I'm not going to win that tournament at this point. Ken Climo was not celebrating a lead after 4 rounds. If he had been in that position, he would have said, of course, I'm the best player here, and that's what I expect to happen, and everyone's chasing me, and they're not going to beat me. I had to learn that. Now, of course, I wasn't in that position again. You know, I was never in first place after 4 rounds. I was in second place a couple times after 4 rounds, but not first. But had I been in that position again, I know for a fact I would have dealt with it differently, possibly had a different outcome, but it's a learned skill. So don't stick around too long in a division, because just don't. But don't be afraid to stick around, win a bunch of cool stuff, and win some tournaments. I mean, you're allowed to do it, and it's a learned skill. Winning is learned. I do private lessons for players all over the country. I do them by video. If you're interested in talking about private lessons, message me, email me at discgolflesson, and that's lesson singular, discgolflesson@gmail.com, and let's talk about how we can help your game.